and singing beautifully. And in fact, they have a CD out that's available. It's available on their website, and I'll try and get that up on the chat. I just want this one beside me to move into the picture, and you might notice a little bit of a resemblance here between the two of us, and that wouldn't be a foolish thing to notice, because in fact this is my sister Sile, and I don't remember when we first met, because I was probably a couple of days old and she was a year and a half, but she's been a huge influence in my life. She's a wonderful woman of faith. She taught me my prayers. She used to read me the story of the saints when we were young, so I've learned an awful lot from her. She's also mother to 6 gorgeous children and 2 absolutely beautiful little granddaughters, just a year old, both of them. And she has studied art. She's a wonderful artist, and she studied history of art. And she's going to give a little talk now on religious art and how we can learn grace, the graces that flow from religious art. You're very welcome, Sheila, my gorgeous sister.
Thank you, Laurie. They're lovely words. Thank you very much. I'll start with, I suppose, a description of Catholic art, and then we'll get into the enjoyable part of actually looking at some art. So Catholic art has played a leading role in the history and development of Western art since at least the 4th century. Some of the earliest, we have an image here.
Sorry, excuse me.
Some of the earliest surviving artworks are the painted frescoes on the walls of the catacombs of the persecuted, we got that there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, of the persecuted Christians of the Roman Empire. And if you look here, you can see this is actually the adoration of the Magi. It's late 3rd or 4th century. So even then, art and when people were hiding and under persecution, art was a very valuable way of telling the story and allowing people, helping them to pray and to understand the teachings of the church. The stone sarcophagi of the Roman Christians exhibit the earliest surviving carved statue of Jesus, Mary, and biblical figures. And you can see here again the adoration of the Magi. And this is from the 4th century and beautifully depicted, an incredible artistry in that. And again, very clear that this is the Magi coming to bear witness and to adore the Christ child sitting on his mother's knee. Under the patronage of the church, artists from the Byzantine Renaissance, the Dutch Golden Age, and the Baroque art periods represented.
Sorry, a bit slow here. Sorry,
that's okay.
Excuse yourself.
No, that's okay. I'll leave it for the moment. Represented Catholic learning and faith instruction. These works of art were accessible to the public, as patrons often commissioned pieces for public worship. For many unable to read or access scriptures, this was their faith education. Also, the size of some early church buildings meant that many could not see the altar or the celebrating priest. Visual art, called iconography, such as sculpture, architecture, and decorative arts, became expressions of devotion and learning of the faith. The result of this is a wealth of religious artworks in every style of media, a treasury from which we can today draw inspiration. It was not until the 1450s when the printing press began to make the Bible accessible to the laity. And even then, the majority of people in Europe were not literate until the 17th and 18th centuries. For hundreds of years, oral and visual traditions were the primary means to which people learned the Bible and the Christian faith. These points are actually very important, because that's why we have so much religious art. It was it was necessary at the time. There's much talk of mindfulness these days, and prayer is a mindful act. Sometimes it can be easy to get distracted or pray just with your words. So if to sing is to pray twice, and we heard beautiful singing and prayer from the choir, maybe to draw inspiration from art is to pray deeply. You can pray with your eyes. You can stay focused on the artwork before you and see the beautiful contemplative face of Mary, our mother of the church, or the compassionate gaze of Jesus, the one who loves us. In the same way, I suppose, that the Stations of the Cross would not be the same without 14 images of the Passion of Christ. Religious art can be a wonderful aid to deeper interaction with prayer. The painting I have chosen Is that enlarged, Chlorine?
I can, no, sorry, hold
Is
on
it
a
full
sec.
screen?
Hold on a sec, sorry, just bear with us a minute, everyone, please. This one.
Yes, there we go. The painting I have chosen to illustrate tonight's theme of joy to the world is Gerard von Honthorst's Adoration of the Shepherds. This painting, painted in 1622, hangs in the Wallraf Richards Museum and Foundation in Cologne. In 1620, Van Honthorst, a painter of the Dutch Golden Age, had returned from Italy to his hometown of Utrecht as a much sought after and celebrated painter, bringing with him an artistic innovation, the Caravagesque nocturne or night scene with life-size half-length figures, eminently suited to depicting the miracle of the Holy Night. Represented by the Italian artist Caravaggio, Baroque art is identified by realistic subjects that generate powerful emotions. It features naturalistic paintings and dramatic lighting called chiaroscuro, with bold, asymmetric and diagonal compositions. This painting is a beautiful example of Baroque mastery and is one of the most famous works of Van Honthorst. The scene is set at night, and the child, not the center of the painting, is its sole light source. His radiance illuminates the face of Mary, Joseph, and the shepherds. We note the intense emotion, the loving bliss of the parents, the joyful awe and humble reverence of the shepherds. The scene is also witnessed by an ox who appears to be lovingly warming the child with his breath in the cold night air. The infant Jesus is emitting a glow not of this earth, a heavenly light that hints at the power that will emerge from this small, innocent child. It is dark and the subjects merge from the darkness. Only Mary and Jesus are fully lit, surely an indication of their central roles in the future life of the infant. We see Mary looking with deep love on her newborn and her husband Joseph standing guard, watching on protectively. The realism of the scene, Mary revealing proudly the child Jesus to three humble shepherds who understand the importance of the arrival of this child. The shepherds have been visited by angels telling them the news. And in the painting, Van Honthorst shows the two older shepherds in reverential awe. The younger shepherd is excited by the glowing scene and looks to the shepherd behind him to confirm what he has seen. There are no ornaments or furnishings to distract, and Van Honthorst has discarded the exterior stable image to bring us close and intimate with the story. Though the tableau may seem sparse in detail and location, it is full of drama and joy. It illustrates that Jesus, the light of the world, is born. The humble scene is evocative of the love Jesus has for all man, and it is telling that the first to witness his arrival were humble people, shepherds. The adoration of the shepherds in the Nativity of Jesus in art is a scene in which the shepherds are near witnesses to the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, arriving soon after the actual birth. With this image, Van Honthorst demonstrates that he has enabled us, the beholders, to become a witness to this holy scene. I think you can feel that. I think you almost feel present because their lifelike size feels almost like the size of us, and you feel drawn in, and it's quiet and it's reverential. It's a really beautiful painting. I will leave the last word to Sister Wendy Beckett from her book, Sister Wendy on the Art of Christmas. She says, when you look at the paintings, really look, opening your heart to take what is there before you, you are not only responding to a particular work of art, you are practicing the habit of openness to the beauty of God as He illuminates every moment of you every day. Understood correctly, appreciating and understanding art is a profound form of prayer. Thank you.
Great, Sheila. Thank you very, very much. That was just so illuminating, so beautiful. It's a beautiful